What?
Oh.
Hey! Welcome to another Ramble Radio, baby. Who would have thought, Eddie?
But I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Also video.
No kidding. You don't say.
Also video.
You don't say.
As I touch my head. Also video.
Ah! Hey. Is that my new? Should that be my new Ramble? Like. Oh, if you now I know it's also video, but
Sure,
if you're just
sure.
on radio right now, God,
you have
what
no
you've
idea.
missed.
You've missed
what
so
you've
much.
missed.
That's why it's also video.
That's why you got to go on the Ramble Teeb
The T.
on YouTube. You know, I don't know if you know this. You can email us Ramble at the
Sure.
Ramble Pod. We're at Twitter at Podcast Ramble 1, Instagram at Podcast Ramble. We have our T Public merch page. Cody is not here. Let's just get it out of the way. That whole FBI plot to take out Trump, what a masterwork he put together.
I mean, just to take something that's in every standard search warrant and find that line and go, hey, they're trying to kill him.
They're trying to kill Trump.
That's classic Villafana.
Knowing it's bullshit, and he's still got all the lackeys to just trumpet it from day.
Classic Villafana.
Classic Villafana. And I wish he were here to.
I'm sure he was looking it over. He hit up Waters, right? Jesse Waters, right? As soon as he read it, he's like, hey, put this out there. Just they're trying to kill him. Let's do that. They're trying to murder him.
We gotta get so that's why we don't have him right now. But he'll be here soon. He'll be back soon. And and look, now that Cody's not here, these fucking people.
These fucking people.
These fucking people.
Again with these fucking people?
Again with them. Are we asking a lot?
No, I said one a week.
One a week.
One a week.
I forgot how much subscribing, giving this podcast a 5-star rating and a positive text review, how much that costs. I'm trying to remember, Eddie. Could you jog my memory?
What?
How much is that?
I think it's free.
Yeah, it is. Same with subscribing to our YouTube channel. To our channels on YouTube. Your own, my own. God damn it, it's free.
Come on.
So do all that. Get on that. Hiccup 4, still rocking it. Man, Eddie, what a day. Still fighting a smidge of a cough.
Oh, no.
Man.
Oh, no.
I did something crazy today.
What'd you do?
Something I hadn't done in ages. So I go to the gym. And today was basketball day at the gym.
Sure.
Now, normally, I have the fucking court to myself. It's incredible. You don't get that in L.A. L.A., no matter what hour, you got to wait for a game. You know what I mean? Or you have to be that guy who's ballsy enough to, in the middle of a 5-on-5 full court game, just when the ball's on the other end, you run and take a few jumpers and then hope to make it back before you do. Like,
what's that guy's plan for him to make a couple jumpers and the team guys go, oh fuck, let's get him in the game. Is that the plan for that dude?
Workout. No, you just got to.
He's just trying to get the workout. I'm just getting a couple jump shots.
Yeah, you're just trying to get some cardio going.
How much cardio are you getting in on a couple jump shots?
Not much. But when you're there, if you're just sitting there watching long enough, it's just you can't. You know what I mean? You're just like, fuck this. I gotta go do something. You know? Like I gotta get out. I've been that person. I'll do a quick layup. I don't really do.
You run by and do a quick layup.
Fuck yeah! The minute they inbound and it goes the other way, you just sprint, do a because even if the pass is stolen at midcourt, you got a chance to get off, right? Like worst case scenario, it's a turnover.
You can get off.
They come racing back, you're good.
Never tempted to run out and do a layup while they're there, while they're in the paint?
I thought about it. I've thought about it a few times. The other one is that because the worst of the guys, so this is why I don't do the jumpers in that scenario. Because then you have that one dude who actually just wildly bricks a three and it just shoots all the way to half court, the rebound, while they're still playing. And now you're the giant asshole who has to run in between their game to grab your ball. Like that. You are guaranteed to.
But the good thing about the guys playing in that game, they have no egos. And there's no shit talking, so they're very friendly. I'm sure. I'm the nicest people in the world,
dude. There are
pickup basketball players are the nicest people on the planet.
Never fights for no reason.
No,
ever.
No one there thinks they might belong in the NBA.
No one is insecure. Here's the problem, dude. some of them are really fucking good. So you're like, God, like some of them, they definitely played in Europe. You know what I mean? And you got dudes fucking dunking, and you're just like, oh, okay, like glad he's on my team. You know what I mean? Like that's just like, okay, shit. I'm definitely passing to that guy. But man,
but those aren't the guys with the egos. The guys with the egos are the guys that never made it anywhere.
The egos are the ones who suck. The ones who suck have the egos. The ones who stink, they're the ones who
like them playing that pickup game is the highlight of their basketball career.
Right.
Like that's as far as their basketball career has ever gotten.
They're the ones who call blocking fouls during picks. Those are the guys who everything's an and one, right? Everything's an and one. Every shot, even if they're wildly missing it, and one, that kind of shit. They call the foul on everything,
right?
And then it's. It leads to it's so stupid to argue it.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to be there for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Every now and again, though, you get someone with the fucking attitudes. Like, that wasn't a fucking foul. And then they'll fling the ball and goes, shoot for that shit. And the person has to make a three-pointer instantly. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of shit. Like, if you shoot for that shit. If you miss it, fuck you, it wasn't a foul. Like, that's the rule. If someone gets fed up with that, then they'll just make the guy shoot for it. Like, I shoot for that shit. If you make it, it was a foul. And 9 times out of 10, they brick it. And then you have then the guy gets jeered, and that's when everyone starts laughing and yelling "Ball don't lie" and all that kind of shit.
Ball don't lie.
It's the best. But so normally I got this court to myself.
Sure.
Today, 3 people were there when I walked in. 2 young dudes.
Okay.
And a guy who was probably looks like about 10 years young. I was the oldest guy there by a fucking mile, right?
Okay.
2 guys were like in their mid-20s. And this other guy was there. And the other guy was there, fellow Latino. The other guy.
Okay.
And we're shooting at one end, and we're just shooting. We're just kind of taking turns getting jumpers. I'm doing layups, trying to get cardio up.
Yelling out LWO every time you make it.
Well, Eddie, funny you say that.
Right.
The 2 young guys say, hey, I want to roll 2-on-2.
Oh.
And me and the other guy are like, Eddie hadn't done this in fucking 5 years at this point.
Right.
I was like, all right, let's do it. Fuck it. We're going. Let's do it. And we shoot for teams. That's how it was, right? So first 2 to make it from the 3. I make the 3. My boy makes the 3. And even
seems a bad way to make teams. That doesn't seem like a fair way to make teams.
That's how it is. You shoot for teams. You've never
done this. The 2 guys that make it on the same team seems like
first 2 to make it. That's it.
Yeah, but if it's out of the gate, bam, bam, you both knock it down. Like, okay, well, there's a superior team.
Maybe. Sometimes you lose that way.
It should be the first 2 guys that make it are the captains, and they choose the other guys.
Well, but then if it's 2-1-2.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of fairness
here. It's kind
of
a short draft. You don't have there's not many rounds. You're not really.
The guys that make the shots should be on separate teams.
There's no GMing it. It's just one other guy to pick.
There's a decision to be made for that first pick. That's all I'm saying. There's a decision to be made.
So we both make it. And game 1 begins. These guys are so much younger.
Game 1? How many? Were you playing a series?
Well, we played the first game.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to talk shit, but I knew we were going to win.
Really?
Not because we were the first 2 to make it. But because this guy was dressed. He had just a backwards Lakers hat. No big deal.
Okay. No
black
big deal.
shirt.
Happens.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. You tell me. Black T-shirt.
Long
khaki shorts. Didn't even have basketball shoes. He had fucking those Vans skater shoes.
Oh, Vans. Okay.
And he had fucking socks that covered his thighs. I'm like, we ain't losing. Like, I just knew, right? I didn't give a fuck who we were up against. I'm like, we are not losing this game. This is not, we are not losing this shit. And
wow.
First to 11, that was the rule the young guys had. And it was make it, take it. ones and twos, right? So 3-pointers count for 2, right? Everything else is 1. Ones and twos. Me and the guy win 11-4, game 1.
Oh, dominant.
So, yeah, I'm thinking we should have printed up some LWO shirts. I really do.
I think so. I think you found your guy. That backcourt's unstoppable.
I mean, we fucking had game 1. He put up 6. I put up 5 in game 1.
Okay, sure.
We won 11-4. Game 2, the 2 young guys. You could tell they're like, "What's happening? Like this shouldn't be happening."
These old dudes are beating us.
They're beating bad, and so they are adamant.
These 2 wearing khaki shorts is beating us.
They're they are adamant. They need to run it back.
Okay. Let's run it back. Sure.
We win game 2, 11-7.
Oh,
and this time I put up 6, and the other guy puts up 5.
Right.
It was like they were up 5-2, and we got once we got to 7-2, they hit a 2, and then they hit a 1, and then they didn't make anything else, and we just creamed them again after. It was just LWO, Eddie.
LWO, man.
LWO.
Viva la raza. Viva la raza.
It was fucking incredible. It was just Eddie and Carlito just out there, just taking care, handling business. So to your point, you're probably right. It is a little unfair that the first 2 to make it.
Because, that just doesn't make sense to me.
And I'm not trying to do between me and the other guy. I think we missed 4 jumpers both games.
I'm just saying,
you know what I mean? Like,
if you line up and take shots to pick teams, and literally the first 2 guys make the first 2 shots, that shouldn't be the team against the other 2 guys.
Especially if it's long range.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they're like threes, if it's a foul shot, okay, that's whatever. That's a 50-50 for everybody anyway.
Threes.
Like if it's a 3 and both guys out of the gate both drain the threes, they should be on separate teams.
It's very rare if you know the form on jump shooting. It's very rare to get lucky hitting a 3. Right?
Yeah.
You could get lucky with a free throw, like you said. Yes, you can get lucky hitting a 3, but it's normally, you're either wildly off or you're, so it was.
That just seems unfair way to pick teams. That's all.
But do you think this is a new chapter of the LWO? Is the bigger question.
I think so. Did you get his number? You guys going to meet up again?
No.
2-0, man. That's the makings of a dynasty.
I mean, my God. 93,
you get 3 more Mexican guys. 3 more Mexican guys. You guys have a team.
Are you kidding? Look at that. Dino, are you kidding what we would have been? Get the fuck out of here. Shit.
You get like 2 more of you guys, then find like a giant Gonzalez, and then you guys are a team.
Oh, forget it.
You're done. You're done. You just got some 7-footer under the boards. He doesn't even have to move very well.
Nah. No. And I forgot just how fucking much of a workout it is to play defense. Because I had to cover the biggest guy of the youngers. He was like 6'3". It was like 280 pounds. He's a big dude.
Right.
Let me tell you something. That motherfucker didn't score 1 point when I was on him. I ain't saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, you say K-Dog gave up all the points on that dude.
Yeah.
Conan gave up all the points on that dude?
I was just, he hit a few open shots.
Okay.
The big guy. When I was just like, there were a couple of, look, can I be mean?
Sure.
When it was like 5-1, I'm like, I'm not running out to chase this net. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're just giving him open shots. So take the open look, man.
I'm not fucking closing out on this guy. We're up 5-1. I'm not going to close out.
I'm going to protect under the basket. You just go ahead.
5-4, absolutely. 5-4, I'll close out.
5-1.
5-1, you have it. Have it. Oh, it was. I don't know, man. It was.
You just go for it.
It was.
There
we go. Lost you for a second, but it was.
Yeah, it was gone.
It was. I'm telling you, I'm paying for it now.
Sure, you're gonna pay for it tomorrow or worse, I imagine.
Oh yeah, but man, hey, keeping that big motherfucker out of the paint. I'll take. He tried to Barkley me too. He tried to back it down.
Little elbow right in the.
You ain't getting here. You ain't getting in here. Fuck that shit. And then, oh God, I was literally just ultimate fundamentals. I would have made Coach K so happy, Eddie. It was just fucking hand in the face all the time. The minute he's getting ready to shoot.
Challenge every shot.
I'm
right
there. Yeah. I ain't giving freebies here. Again, unless we're up big. Once we got up big, I was like, fuck it. All right, you can
go ahead.
Have the shot. LWO, dude.
Wow, LWO. And they didn't yell best of 5 afterwards. They didn't yell best of 5.
I had to leave. I had to get going. So I think the youngers were like, how is this happening?
Right.
They wanted more.
Can't believe it.
They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. But
Well, you find out later on the news that your partner got murdered by 2 young white guys on a basketball court.
I would feel terrible. I left him. I just abandoned him in his time that he needed it most.
LWO's over.
Fine. I got to be honest. Now I'm trying to think. Do you have a finest hour in pickup games? Do you have your in
pickup games?
Back in the day, playing pickup games with friends, be it football, basketball, baseball, anything. Do you have that was the one. That was the game. That's the one they'll remember me by.
I had one. There was one. This was probably it was pickup football. We're playing a pickup football game, right? Yeah. And I was usually the quarterback. Of
course,
the quarterback that's usually what I played. This particular time, I'm getting kind of bored because pickup, so I was like, oh, I'll play some receiver or whatever. And we were behind. We were in high school, but we'd play pickup football behind my old elementary school.
Okay. Yep.
Because there's a big track back there, and you just play between the track and the tracks were the end zones.
That's where we would play. There was a big field in my old elementary school. That's where me and my buddies.
And there was a track that went around it, and we played in the middle, and and both ends, the track was the end zones on the long parts of the track. Genius. And we were playing, and I had run a pattern earlier, and the ball I was wide open, and the ball just went right through my hands, it was a touchdown, right? And everybody got heated, and they were like, "Oh, you fucking get catch," blah, blah, all this other shit, right?
Oh, jeez, here it comes.
And I was like mad. I was real mad. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking drop another ball, right? And then so I was we were getting ready. We were tied up. It was tied up. I think it was like 6-6 or 7-7 because touchdowns were 1 point. So it was like 7-7 or 8. It was something like that where it was getting dark, right? It was getting dark, and it was cold because we were in Virginia in the fall, and it was probably like 40, 50 degrees. And we're going, okay, and they're like, okay, last drive, next touchdown wins or whatever, right? So I'm running deep, and it's almost like the end of The Best of Times, that Robin Williams, Kurt Russell movie.
Of course.
And I'm running as fast as I can down the sideline, right? And I'm not a fast person, but I was like giving it my all, whatever. And I got some space on the guy, and the quarterback, whoever, I forget who it was, he just chucked it up. It was like a jump ball, but it was going way over my head. Like I was like, oh fuck, this is the we're gonna. And so I was running, and I turned, and what I did is I jumped up as high as I could, and I just sort of batted the ball up in the air because it was over my head. So I just batted it up, and when I jumped up to bat it, I was flying backwards because I was running. I turned around, I was flying backwards. So I was literally flying backwards through the air with my back to the ground, and the ball, I tipped it up, and it was literally falling at me, right? Wow. Look at that. So as I catch it and I hit the ground, as soon as I hit the ground, the ball hits me in the hands, and I just hold on the ball. And we scored it. As a catch, scored a touchdown, won the game.
Woo!
Might be my finest hour as a football player.
Is that your number one? In a
that might be my finest
That's
hour.
Pretty good.
As a football player.
That's a fucking great one.
Yeah.
That's it.
But just tapping up, knocked the wind out of me, but I held on to it. I was like, "Whoo!"
Did the person who talked shit about you having bad hands, did he pull an Iceman from Top
Gun? Didn't say a fucking word.
What?
Yeah, didn't say a fucking word because I beat him. I ran past him. He was covering me.
There it is. Fuck that guy. Yeah, that's what he gets.
Fuck that guy. So
probably MAGA now. Fuck him.
I think most of the kids I played with are probably Megan.
Man, that's a great one. Mine was a very similar, but it was a pick six in junior high.
Oh.
It was one of those where they were throwing it to the guy, and I popped it. I popped it in the air and then chased it as it was, and then caught it and took it in. That's mine.
I did the same thing, but instead I was falling backwards and then caught it as I hit the ground.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Look at that. Did you ever do Did you ever have a big glory basketball moment?
I did. We had a little basketball hoop in college behind our townhouse that we all lived in. It was a court back there, and we would go out there and play. And I would always go out there, and I would just do that one move where you stand at the at the top of the key. You're in the corner of the top of the key. And I would just do that thing where I'd spin and bank it. I would just break it. I would just bank it off the backboard. I would do the jump, spin, and bank it. It was
turnaround, baby.
The turnaround, right? And I just would do that all the time.
That was your move.
That's how I went out and just would shoot hoops. I would just do that move over.
Yeah.
So we would play pickup games. Anyone who fed me the ball at that corner, I would just turn around and just bank up.
Money.
So there was no particular play. It was just no one wanted to play against me at that point because I would.
It's unguardable. A turnaround jumper is damn near unguardable if you can get it.
It was near. It was back at the time in the mid '90s when that's all Jordan would do.
Right. Yep.
And so that's like I was watching games like so I just went out and just kept practicing that one shot because I was in college. I had all this free time and like I just got that one. I couldn't do anything else, but I could do that one shot.
You know what I did today? I forgot about that. You know what I did today? Tell me if this was a bit much. So when we were already up big, was this disrespectful of me or not?
Okay, let's see.
So they give it to. I get past 2 in the paint. The 6'3" guy is keeping me out, so I just baby hooked him. Is that disrespectful?
No.
I just gave him the baby hook right there. He ain't stopping me. I gave him the baby
hook. Now did you do you didn't do the full Kareem?
No, I did the magic
hook shot.
Hook.
You did the magic
baby hook. Yeah, I did the magic baby hook.
No, that's.
Did I tell you my ultimate moment? Because it's so stupid. Like, I should be ashamed saying it's not when I smacked around the special needs guy. That was.
Because I don't know how you knocked that one off the mountain.
Well, okay. My number 2. Because that is number 1. Did I tell you I was in Laredo and I went to the rec center with my cousin Mike and we just want to play basketball and we would go to the rec center in like the afternoons and we had the court to ourselves. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Right. This time it was packed. And apparently, so there was a junior college there in Laredo, an A&M, Texas A&M Junior College, Laredo branch.
Yeah.
And the basketball team happened to be there. I guess they weren't able to practice their facilities, and so they came to this rec center. And there was 8 of them.
Sure.
So they were really wanting to run 5s. And my cousin Mike and I walk in, and we were just like, okay. They were all like 6'5". You know what I mean? Like, all of them. All of them.
They played college basketball.
They played college ball. They were all like, the shortest guy was like 6'5".
Sure.
And so we're playing this game. And Eddie, I don't think I made one shot. It was the worst game.
Now, did they split you guys up and put you on each other team,
or
was it 3 tall guys and you 2?
3 tall guys and my cousin Mike and
they couldn't have been happy.
They were not happy the way this turned out, and so the other 3 are just keeping us in it, right?
Yeah.
Every time I was just missing everything. And it was awesome though. Because they had like the score and the timer at the rec center. It was the digital shit.
Oh, it's like a game. It's like a
game. I think someone was there. Someone they knew was sitting there like doing the score thing.
The brightest lights. Did you wilter in the brightest lights?
I wiltered. I wiltered. And then with like 30 seconds left, we're down 5. And we have the ball. And the point guard, I'll say the best ball carrier out of the. Oh, there you are. We lost you. The best ball carrier.
Best ball handler.
Best ball handler.
Yeah.
So he's trying to make a move, and they're doubling him, right? Like my guy's not worried about me.
Oh, he's not worried about you at all.
He goes to double the guy. So he just instinctively, I'll never forget this. I'm wide open. He passes it to me. And right when I catch it, he goes, oh, shit. He just said it. He was like, oh, shit. And I drained it. I mean, could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Right. You drained it.
So now
it's 5. Now you're down 2?
Now we're down 2.
And you hit a 3. Okay.
I hit a 3. We're down 2. The other team, and so there's I think now there's maybe 20 seconds, and they're taking their time. They're just like, fuck this. There's no fouls. We're just going to try to eat as much clock as possible. And then with 8 seconds left, my cousin Mike steals it. And he's charging. He passes it to one of the guys. I'm right behind him. And the guy passes it to me as I'm still behind the 3-point line. And he goes, hit that shit. And then boom. But we win. We fucking win by 1. I was completely worthless the entire game. And I hit 2 things. And then Eddie, I start doing the fucking Jason Terry, the jet, running around like a fucking idiot at this rec center.
Because you were 2 for 12, but you start. Wow. 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 Wow.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Sorry, Ramble listeners.
Wow.
Oh, because you ain't did shit. That's why. That's why.
Oh, man.
Fucking you got cut from every squad.
Taking your moment and just shitting on it.
No one's taking that. That was a great. I fucking did the jet. I was the most worthless guy in the court.
Dude, if Andre had watched that moment happen,
she'd have been sucking my dick right there.
Right there, on the court.
On the court. Blowing me right there at the rec center.
If she was there when that happened. She can talk shit now.
She would have put whatever dick was already in her mouth.
Yeah, she tossed that one out.
She tosses that one. And then she comes over to
post basketball game dick too, not out of the shower dick.
This is just pure sweaty, just the stinkiest fucking. Oh, she just.
Oh my God!
Talking all this shit.
You hit that shit good. Oh.
He's talking all that shit now. She's talking all that shit now.
Oh
man.
Now, when the guy passes you and he said, hit that shit, was there a moment of doubt in your head?
No. It was just, I got, fuck yeah. Yes, sir. That was it. I was just like, I didn't even think. I just immediately just boom. That was it.
Good for you.
Look at us.
Good for you. Weekend warriors we are.
You believe this shit? What I got to put up with?
That's fucking, that's move out talk.
It is move out talk. It's absolutely move out talk. She's fucking can't mind her own business. Oh, Andrea, you know what's funny? Nobody asked you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's hear you tell that story about how you made that really good omelet one time.
Hey, Andrea, why don't you regale us with that time you made a really good vegan corn dog? Yeah, we're all dying to hear that glory day story.
Man. We gotta get Harrison Buckner on the podcast.
We got it exactly. Harrison.
He'd
Buckner
understand.
Needs to shut you up.
He would understand.
He would get it. He would weep. Butker, that would probably bring Butker to tears, don't you think?
Probably.
My story.
Probably would. I would imagine. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I can't. I'm using my phone camera.
You're so loud, it's hard to mind my own business.
Wow.
I said, I'm not boring listeners with my play-by-plays from a game at the Y in 1993.
It was like 2003.
Yeah. First of all,
did you hear?
Get your dates right.
Did you hear what we said? You were gonna drop whatever dick you were sucking at the Y.
And you sucked plenty of dicks at the Y, I'm sure.
We all know how many dicks you sucked at the Y. We all know how many. Wait, time out. We all know how many Y janitors called you up.
Queen Bee.
At least they had real jobs. You had to mop up the jizz you spit out.
When's Queen Bee here?
When's Queen Bee getting here?
I don't know you guys bullshitting like this about Tracy and talking about Tracy.
Because she doesn't come in here and break balls. Believe this?
Wow.
This? She's trying to get Tracy. She's trying to turn Tracy.
That's not the queen bee I knew. That's not the queen bee.
That's not the queen bee Eddie knew. That's what he just said.
Okay.
Well, as fun as this has been.
It's so much fun.
We had contractual.
It's contractual obligation.
This our Glory Days episode of Ramble Radio.
Glory Days. Skeletor. Jerry and I were just reminiscing about some of our fine athletic accomplishments. Do you have any superior athletic achievements you made in your youth up there on Eternia?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me that. Here in Eternia, there are several children born with the affliction called AIDS. And what I like to do is teach them how to play basketball. And what I teach them is humility. Because I smacked every shot they make. Get that shit out of here. And the last thing they watch before they succumb to that awful disease is the Big S putting a layup on them. So I guess this is still ongoing. It's kind of an evergreen Glory Day, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
this is still happening. Yeah. It's just one of those things that just constantly happens. It never stops. And you're wondering, let me go ahead and you're probably asking, well, my God, where would you have a court big enough to have all these games at once? Go ahead, ask. I'm sure you're wondering.
Where?
He-Man's mother's pussy! You get it?
Okay.
And it's so big. Yeah.
Right.
You get it.
I get it.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Nothing. Andre didn't want to interrupt that. Nothing for that.
Fine with that.
Jesus. Cinesnob Cody.
Let's get him on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
Get him on Rotten Tomatoes. We can right the Loquisha wrong. It's Crocodile Dundee 2 and 3.
Sure.
Eddie, where can all the fine folk find you?
5 days a week, patreon.com, The Ralph Report. Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper. Then Fridays, we also have Not Today with Jen Sturger.
Look at this.
And usually the games begin once the parents have decided to pull the plug. And that's when they bring the kids out into the court and they try to score on me.
Okay.
You can find me in the same Ramble places you can find Eddie and Cody. Streaming games, Retro Rocha on Kick and Twitch, and just my name on YouTube. Subscribe to The Ramble. 5-star rating. Positive text review. Subscribe to Eddie's other podcasts, Not Here. Subscribe to the Ralph
Not
Report.
Today.
Not today. Sorry, not today.
Not today.
The Ralph Report. Subscribe to Cinesnob. Subscribe to all of our shit. Our
all
YouTube pages.
Man.
Our everything. We love you all. Stay safe. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll be back Monday for another Ramble Radio, maybe with Alt-Right Cody. We don't know. Until then, we love you all. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. Bye.